Hello everyone, Tim Oscar here from Stonebeck Games, doing a Let's Play of my own game, Clever Girl. Of course it's not just me, there's a bunch of other people involved in putting this game together. I'd like to quickly thank every single one of them on this list of credits here. All have put in spectacularly excellent effort, and I couldn't have done this game without them all, so eternally grateful. Okay, so let's get on with it. I shall resume the game, and I will give a little bit of commentary as we're going along to give you an idea of what was involved. So here we go.
They told me that time travel was safe. And to be fair to them, I'd undertaken dozens of research flights that had all ended perfectly uneventfully. But not this time. Something had gone horribly wrong. The normally smooth transition had become very violent indeed, and I'd crashed in prehistoric times. The machine is in bits, and the diagnostic systems are telling me 4 important components have become dislodged and are lying scattered somewhere out there. I need to retrieve the missing components if I'm to fix the machine. But I saw some pretty mean-looking dinosaurs during the crash. I've managed to fashion a bow of sorts, so I at least have half a chance of defending myself. Hopefully the time machine components can help me out too, if I can find them.
Okay, there you go, intro cinematic. This character is actually one of the Unity characters that's available from their assets. I've reskinned it with a lovely pink outfit at the request of my wife, who also does the voice of the character.
His bow isn't great, but a steady aim should buy me a bit of time if these guys get aggressive.
So the idea of this game, as she explained in the intro, is to collect the bits of our broken time machine, which as you can see is in pretty bad shape. And we've got a few mean dinosaurs to fight along the way. Yeah, lovely little Triceratops, just looking out for himself, not bothering anyone, whereas these little guys, these velociraptors, they'll attack you. We've also got some more passive dinosaurs here. These are called Parasaurolophus. They'll basically stay ignoring you. Just take these guys out, but if you shoot them, they run away. They don't attack you like the carnivores do. Some other friendly Apatosaurus there. Here we go, first piece of time machine.
Excellent. That's the missing accelerator coil. Doesn't look too damaged. Only 3 more components left to find.
Now it's quite subtle, but when you pick that up, it actually gives you a bit of a speed boost. That was added very late in development. And the reason for that is I thought it would be useful when fighting bigger dinosaurs such as the T-Rex. It gives you just enough speed to be able to run away. Whereas if you don't have that speed boost, the larger carnivores can catch up to you. The idea being, there we go, got him. But if you don't pick it up, you'll find the game much more difficult. Although we did try and experiment with different ways of thinking about how to make picking up that particular time machine component absolutely mandatory, but we never really came up with a good solution. So that was a reasonable compromise, I thought. Oh, here we go. So it may not be immediately obvious, but pulling the bow for longer gives you a stronger shot. So if you just click for a very short period of time, you get a very weak shot, and if you hold it down for a bit longer, you get a much stronger shot. Hopefully that's obvious.
My temporal protection suit has a lot of electronics woven into it. If I go too deep into this water, I might get a nasty shock.
Whoops. These guys are some of the more aggressive enemies in the game. And you can see he's taken a chunk out of me and caused my health to reduce, which has led to this red haze around the outside of the screen. Breakable eggs. It's a nice touch, I thought. Oops. These guys generally can be killed in one fully powered shot. But if you don't have enough time to fully pull the bow back, then they don't necessarily die straight away. So I'm taking pretty much the optimum route through the game, just to make the video a little bit more efficient.
Ah, the temporal field generator. It should still be functional. These things are indestructible. I can also use this as a limited range teleporter for syncing it with my arrows. Might come in handy.
So teleportation arrows, very handy indeed. Whoops, I'm going to run away. Switch back to my normal arrows. There we go. Made short work of them. So the main reason why you need the teleportation arrow is to cross the very large river here. A couple of different ways of going across here. You can either do it in 2 jumps like that, or you can just jump straight across. And now we're on to the second part of the game. Things start to get a little bit tougher now. These guys aren't particularly tough, but we have a few more larger carnivores. Whoops, missed. You may also notice the music has an extra layer of percussion. Whoops. Run away. When you're within sight of the larger carnivores, like the T-Rex here, you fade up an extra layer of music to make it sound a little bit more perilous. Add a bit more atmosphere to it, which I think works pretty well. Oh, here we go. Spinosaurus, one of the toughest bosses in the game. We're going to run away. Oh dear, okay. We've got multiple enemies, we're in trouble here. Let's see if I can get away before dying. Okay, I might be in trouble. So the dinosaurs have reasonably sophisticated AI. They will attack you if they're carnivores, but if they're herbivores, then they won't necessarily attack you. They'll only attack you if you attack them first, and only if... oh, there we go. And only if a random number draw exceeds a particular threshold level given by their aggression rating. So you see I failed to defeat that guy. So I'll try and show you that as well. If I can find a herbivore that responds to the being shot. Guy takes quite a lot of shots to kill. There we go, finally. Balancing the amount of health of the dinosaurs with their speed and the amount of damage they do to the player was very difficult, so I'm not entirely sure we've got that right just yet. But I think it's just about there.
This power cell is still intact. It's taken a heck of a battering. That's 23rd century engineering at its best. It'll give a nice extra kick to my arrows too, if I siphon off some of the stored energy.
Sure does.
I hope the last missing component has survived too.
So we've now unlocked all 3 of the arrow types. and we're now blocked by this pile of, well, dinosaur dung. So, what do? We blow it up. So here's a good example of a herbivore which will basically ignore you unless you shoot it. And then in this situation he's decided to run away. But sometimes he might decide to attack. Although in this case I'm now being chased by this guy, Carnotaurus. Absolutely gigantic dinosaur. Lots of health. He'll basically kill you in one hit, so if you don't run away you'll be in trouble. You can just about outpace him, but if you spend too long trying to shoot him, he'll catch you. There we go, got him. I was lucky that time. Of course there's another way of dealing with him, and that's to use the teleportation arrows, which can make fast travel much easier. So let's see if this guy will attack me. There we go, right. So now he's, I've ticked him off enough that he's going to try and attack me now. If I'm in the way, he'll do quite a bit of damage to you. And this guy, being an Ankylosaurus, armoured dinosaur. Okay, now I've caused him to run away. They will die eventually. Oh, okay, having trouble again. There we go. So you can completely ignore the herbivores without any trouble. They'll just go about their daily business. Okay, I can hear another beastie. There we go. Surprise T-Rex. But compared to the Carnotaurus, no match at all for the blast arrows. So we're into the final stretch of the game now. It's not a very long game, but I think it's long enough to give a good demonstration. Got to hold your nerve. So although you don't have the blast arrow for very long in the game, it's actually quite a fun weapon. So we've added a few extra guys towards the end of this part of the game, just to give you a little bit more use out of it. Right, what happens now?
I'm not even sure what a reflex rocket does. But whatever it is, I've got bigger problems to worry about with this volcano erupting. I'd better make tracks to get back to the time machine.
Right, so I've switched to teleportation arrows so that I can now go back across the lava flows. So all of the previous dinosaurs, if I'd left any of them alive, all die at the point of the volcanic eruption. But we spawn a couple of extra ones right near the end, just to give the players a little bit of a surprise, including, whoops, final T-Rex. But the blast arrows make short work of him. So you can see the Triceratops has vanished from this area.
Well, this looks pretty straightforward. Shouldn't take too long to get it all back in working order.
So there you go, that's Clever Girl from start to finish. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you would like to play the game, feel free. I'll be posting a link to where you can download it below the video. And once again, I'd like to thank every single one of these people for their outstanding contributions to the game, and I hope that I will get to work with them again at some point in the future. Thank you very much.